Alrighty then. So this has been an extremely hard video to record, and that is because this video has been done for a while, but there's been concerts going on every day across the street from my apartment, and I feel like that's all you can hear. And they're having one right now, and they just started singing, so it's even louder. So I'm sure you can still hear me because I haven't the noise canceling microphone and stuff, so it should be okay. But this isn't what I wanted. Anyways, we're gonna play Pokemon Crystal. Not Silver this time, but Crystal with Spinarak. And I don't know, I definitely have Crystal, and I got it when it came out. But I don't ever remember beating Crystal all the way through. I just always played either Gold or Silver, but I had Crystal. And so that's what's going on here. And I was unsure at first whether I was going to let it evolve into Ariados, but I did decide to let Spinarak evolve into Ariados just because Spinarak is such a bad Pokemon. So I went ahead and replaced Chikorita with Spinarak, and I name it Pider because Piders are scary. So after I go ahead and get my Pider, I take it out on the first few routes. I have to get the egg from the professor and bring it back. So on my way there though, I do some battles, and it's not too challenging actually right away with Spinarak. I just can't battle certain Pokemon. I couldn't battle another Spinarak because there just was no moves and it took forever. I have to wait till I have Constrict so I can battle another Spinarak. The first rival fight's so easy, I don't even think I really need to mention it. So yeah, I had to wait till I had Constrict to battle a lot of different Pokemon, and I used Constrict at first because even though it doesn't do very much, it was at least a little extra damage on top throughout the entire thing. As you just seen, I had Hoo-Hoo out there for a second, but that's because Spinarak died and I had it in my party. I called a Hoo-Hoo for Fly at some point, but I just can't seem to get past this first trainer in Falconer's Gym, and I never thought I would say that this was one of the hardest fights in the game, but it was. I mean, there is harder fights later on, but this was one of the hardest, and I could not get past him until I had Nightshade. I tried to get Nightshade, but I'm like, well, that only does 17 damage, because Nightshade does the amount of damage of the level you are, so I'm like, well, but I don't know, it has a special attack, I thought, even though I'm actually pretty sure Ghost is a physical attack type in the second generation, because that's how things worked then, I think. So, it didn't exactly work how I was thinking in my mind, but that's what I did. Even though I don't even think I used Nightshade, especially in the winning attempt against Falconer or any of his trainers in his gym, and I just cannot seem to beat Falconer. I keep trying over and over and over and over again. And what I realized was I kept using Constrict and then I would do Poison Sting. And I had to get just the right amount of luck, but it was not quite possible that way. So what I ended up doing was just going straight up for Poison Sting, because it's Stab, even though it's a really terrible move. But it won't waste that extra turn, because as you can see here, Pider only had 2 HP left, and that's the only way it won. I had to hope that it got poisoned maybe, or I had to really hope for some luck here. It's not super oh wow, I just kept doing it until I got lucky. I mean, I kind of did, I guess, but it's not super out of the realm of possibility for the result I got to have gotten. As you can see, it's pretty early in the game and we've already evolved into Ariados, which is pretty good, and I guess that made this next part pretty easy, but the rocket trainers here in the cave that I just showed just now, they were more challenging than usual, but nothing crazy. Then I get to the second gym. Bugsy's trainers are really easy, doesn't put up a fight. I really didn't think this one would be, because since we're both bug, and a lot of them are also poison like I am, so I didn't think it'd be super challenging. I was a little worried about Bugsy's Scyther, but it wasn't the worst in the world. I actually did die the first time, but that's just because of like poor move choice and stuff on my part. And actually, I don't even think I healed before I fought him, so that could be a lot of it too. And yeah, that's exactly what it was, because as you see here, I die, go back to Bugsy, and pretty easily defeat him this time. Ariados evolved, that might have helped some too, but Scyther was almost dead the first time I fought him, and like I said, I just didn't heal before I went in, so that definitely was most of that problem right there. And then I get down and I'm like, oh, I forgot about the rival battle, that's what I'd call it, yeah. But I'm like, oh, this is going to be fairly easy. I was kind of worried about Quilava at the beginning, but even from the beginning, I kind of was already pretty set on some of the moves I wanted to go for. One of them was definitely Dig. I knew I really wanted to get Pider Dig. And so, I actually didn't immediately do it, but I got Dig almost as soon as I could. Anyways, with this one, it was still fairly easy. Quilava was the only one I didn't really have a true answer for, but after I get Dig, Typhlosion, Quilava, whichever one he has then, is going to be extremely easy to deal with. And we get to Whitney, and I battle her several times, and none of the times is successful. Miltank is always able to build up a rollout too strong, and I'm just not able to do it. So I battle, like you see here, it does the attract thing, which that coupled with the rollout, it just does not work. And I do this really annoying thing where I have these Pokemon in my party, and I get to the point where eventually I do take them out, because I'm like, this is annoying having to like just waste time basically. Clefairy is always so easy in this though. I wasn't sure if Crystal added anything to her team, because 2 Pokemon is kind of weird, but Miltank's so hard that maybe they just felt bad for us. So yeah, I battle Whitney several times, as you can see here. Battling Clefairy again, that one was fairly easy. I keep doing Leech Seed on Clefairy because I want to be as full health as possible, even though it's not like super good against Clefairy, but I just kept being like, okay, well, Leech Seed heals me, and Clefairy isn't able to, you know, do anything too major to me, so I'm just going to keep doing that. So I do go get Dig, as you just seen. I put it on Ariados, and then I try it again, and this time it worked really easily. All I had to do was do Dig, and that interrupted Miltank's rollout, and it never was able to build up, because Ariados spent half the time underground. So that is a really good strategy, and that is something I'm going to keep in mind going forward in future runs. Although the next few I have in mind, I can't learn Dig anyways, so... Anyways, this next part on Crystal is really annoying because it just takes more time, because you have to walk all the way up there to Sudowoodo, walk back down, and then walk back up there to Sudowoodo with the squirt bottle. I really wish it was just like Silver, where you could just go straight up there after leaving that town instead of having to go back and forth like that. And then also I find something even more annoying in Crystal, how you can't battle the 4th gym right away. You have to go to the Burned Tower, and it doesn't even say that you have to go to the Burned Tower. I had to look it up online where to go, because I'm like, I don't remember, I don't even know if I've ever played Crystal at this point, so I have literally no idea where to go, so I had to look that up online. And the rival battle was actually really hard this time. I'm glad I normally don't have that in the Silver or Gold runs. Well, I haven't done Gold in here, but I've played Gold before, obviously. And, yeah, I have to try that several times as well. And, I think most of the time I kept fighting them. I kept using something else, and I forget what it was now. But I didn't realize that, oh yeah, I forgot, Dig's good against Quilava too. So, that's what I did right there. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And, I don't really have an answer for Zubat fully right now, but Zubat's not bad right now. By the time it gets bad later, hopefully Ariados will be at enough level that it'll learn Psychic. Psychic is the last move Ariados learns. That's almost why I left it at Spinarak, because it learns Psychic sooner. But I figured that the stat gains from having Ariados would be a better trade-off. Especially considering I didn't know if I'd even be able to beat the Elite Four with Ariados. Let alone Spinarak. I didn't really think I'd be able to with Spinarak at all. So anyways, this time I decide, okay, let's do the stuff, and something happened. I don't remember exactly what, but I wasn't able to do the fighting gym. So I'm just like, okay, while I'm here in this town, I gave her the medicine. I'm like, I think I was getting strength or something, or maybe I was getting a Pokemon to do surf with. I don't remember, but I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do Jasmine. It didn't work out that way. I was not able to do Jasmine. So I go to the fighting gym, and as you can see here, the fighting gym, even with Ariados, wasn't really that challenging, so I'm not really sure when it becomes challenging. Not really sure on that one. But that was fairly easy for me. I go back over to Jasmine, and this time I'm like, okay, you know, Magnemite's really easy. Dig, dig, dig. Steelix, I don't know. It was really weird. I just kept using dig, and eventually I believe dig is the reason why I succeeded there. But as you can see, I even went down there, although it was really close. I forgot that in Crystal, they added a third Pokemon to Jasmine, because I don't think she used to have 2 Magnemites. Did she? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she just used to have 1 Magnemite and a Steelix in Silver and Gold. But I don't really know for sure. Anyways, after I did beat Steelix, though, I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I have enough stamina to do Magnemite, because I was just like, oh no, I just really don't want to have to do this again. But I didn't. I beat Jasmine, and then I go up and I get the TM for Hidden Power. Now this is where it gets real good, and I cannot make this shit up. So I test out Hidden Power on different things. I open up, I think, WordPad or something on my computer to write down so I can keep notes of like what's happening with it. And come to find out, I get a freaking poison type Hidden Power. What do you know? Thanks for that. I can already get Sludge Bomb almost at this point, so it doesn't really do me any good. I'm not even going to talk about this price fight, because you can see here it was fairly easy. It got closer than normal, but it's nothing really worth talking about. But yeah, anyways, I was pretty mad about that. And by the time I go to Claire, I had Sludge Bomb, and so I kept Hidden Power, I think more for PP, because both of them are stab at this point. Well, I believe so. If Hidden Power is technically considered normal in the game, but it attacks as a poison type, does that mean that since I'm poison type, it's still stab? Or is it technically normal and it doesn't count as stab? I'm not really sure. I believe it's still stab. But I don't know. Anyways, so Claire, yeah, I actually died the first time, I think, and I've never done that with her in a run, so that was new. But I did eventually take her down as well. It wasn't like the worst in the world. And then I come to another difference in Crystal where when you get the Fang, you have to go into the little hut thing with the guys and stuff, and it was kind of satisfying seeing her like get told she's not like, because I don't really like Claire because of how she doesn't give you the badge because she thinks she's so great. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way. But yeah, anyways, this last rival battle is extremely easy. I had the perfect moves for this team. They really didn't have anything that could hurt me. So that was really easy. And I take all of those out. Now, here is the really, really bad part where it's the Elite Four, and I believe I'm showing the winning attempt here, it looks like. But I tried this for probably hours. I got so close to just being like, okay, I guess I am gonna have to level up, and if I can't do it at like level 90 or something, then I'm just gonna have to throw in the towel. Because, I don't know, I feel like if you get to level 100, you can beat the game with almost anything, so, like, obviously Ariados could win at level 100, but I'm like, how high is Ariados gonna have to go to be able to win? So the first one, as you can see, goes down. The second one is Fighting type. So by this point, I've learned Psychic, and I use Psychic on all of them, actually, even Onyx. And on this run, I actually did make sure I got some Ethers along the way. So, I did use some in between these Elite Four members, some of them. Well, actually, I might have forgotten to. I think I had meant to, but I made sure that I waited until, like, I had a foolproof strategy down, because I only had so many Ethers, and I'm like, I'm going to have a foolproof strategy down where I know I'm going to take them all out. I think it was after Karen here is where I used the Ethers that I had. At this point, I had a strategy, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot to use the ethers, it looks like. Unless I used it on like only 1 or 2 or something. But I didn't on Sludge Bomb, I know for sure. I think that's why I'm like going back and forth right here, because I'm like thinking to myself like, oh no, I forgot to use them. But oh, actually, I'm wrong. I think I just lied because I think I'm about to die. This must be the losing attempt on the last one here. Yeah. Well. Oh, no, this is what it is, yeah. I was so done, and I used my one of the ethers at least or something, I think. So that's why I used a full heal, a full restore, or whatever I just used. And I was like, oh, I used them twice maybe? Yeah. Because I was like, I am not going to lose. I am so done with Ariados right now. Because I had been trying the Elite Four so many times in a row. I was really done with the Elite Four at that point. Yeah, so I get to this Dragonite, and I get paralyzed, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die. But then I don't, I kill that Dragonite. And I don't think I get paralyzed at all before I take out the last Dragonite. And that's it with Ariados. Level 78. I thought I was gonna have to go up to like level 90 or something to win, but with the heals in battle that I used right at the end, I was able to do it at 78. I think that I would be able to do it before 90 without any heals in battle, but I was so at wit's end at that point, I couldn't do that. So, yeah, that was the Ariados Spinarak run. I'm thinking that I might do some comparisons and do some runs of, like, a couple of Pokemon that I have in mind for the second gen and, like, kind of compare how long it takes me in real time to do it, because the game time's a little weird, and I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if that counted 58 hours is how long it said I played this. I definitely did not play this for 58 hours, and I definitely didn't play it for 58 minutes, so I'm not sure what the game timer even is. It might get messed up because I speed up, because I have the emulator. That might be messes up the timer or something. But I can set a timer in real life and see how long it actually takes me personally to do it. But anyways, yeah, that is my Ariados run in Pokemon Crystal, and I will see you very soon on the next one.